I cross time zones, sometimes through war zones, and I just go. That's who I am. Is that you also? Maybe there's somebody like that inside you who you have kept hidden from yourself. Bring out that person, you love her. The world doesn't ask our permission to be beautiful, and we don't need anybody's permission to go and see it. 5 days ago, I was in Toronto, minus 10 degrees, heavy coat, heavy boots, and heavy heart because leaving behind my grandchildren is not easy. It's never easy. I do it so often, I come and I go. And 3 days ago, I was somewhere over the Middle East. The pilot was trying to find a way for us to get to India. And I was just like, get me home however you can, just want to go back home. So I have just arrived from Toronto. So obviously, I'm going to be in Delhi for some time. I don't know till when because I have already had phone calls asking when I am going to California. I don't have an answer to that yet, but I'm sure soon they will be insisting again and again. But I am going to be here for some time. I'm going to party, I'm going to shopping, and I'm going to have fun. And then we'll see where we are. And wherever we are going to be connected. So, this is Sadhna, and this is Smiles and Moments. In case you haven't subscribed, please do so that you can see what this crazy old grandma is up to. And today, where am I? I'm here. I'm here. I'm at the archaeological ruins of Mehrauli. And this is Delhi the way I like it. A little raw. It's not very finished. It's old and it's beautiful. And let me tell you, my life, it's really good. I love it. Whatever it is. People ask me, Sadhna, don't you get tired? Don't you miss home? Of course, I miss home. I miss it all the time. But then, to get something, you have to give up something. Now, if I want to hug my grandkids, I cannot be home because if they are not here, then I have to go where they are. So I've learned this. I have to leave something to get something. And I love it. It's not like I don't, I do. And I'm so lucky that I have love in so many places. My children, some are in Canada, some are in California. I have grandchildren, some in Canada, some in California. And my home is in Delhi. And my heart is always in pieces across all these time zones. It's in small, small pieces. And that's the life of a mother and grandmother and Indian mother. And in this generation, this is how it is. And nobody told me that I would have to do it this way. And I didn't know how this works. I'm just doing the way I think is the right way. I don't know. Other people may be doing it differently, but this is the way I am doing it. My grandchildren are still in cold Toronto, all bundled up in coats and jackets. I get pictures of the cold weather and them. And here I am in this beautiful moment. Now, both the realities, they are mine. It's like that's also mine, this is also mine. It's not like I'm here and I don't care about that. I do. I'm a traveling grandmother. I don't choose this world or that world. I just stay somewhere in the middle, somewhere in between. Somewhere in between. I also have some grandchildren in California, but they're having a really good time. They're sunning up themselves and enjoying the outdoors. It's only the grandkids in Toronto who are poor things, all cold and frozen. People tell me they want to see Delhi, the real Delhi. But they go to all the normal places that all the tourists go to. And they don't know about the hidden spots. Me, I've lived in Delhi for such a long time. I know pretty much most of the hidden spots. And this is one of them. Guess where I am? This place is the place which is like a moment in time. This is the Mehrauli archaeological area. This is not Qutub Minar. This is away from the Qutub Minar. And it's really old. It's like 800 years of history. Can you imagine? 800 years. All this has been here. And where I am, it's called Rajaon Ki Bauli. So Rajon Ki Bauli is like, this was for the labor class to have a rest. And there's a water body in the center, so it stayed cool even in the Delhi summers. So for me, it's very special because I like these kind of places which are looking after the workers. There is 70 hectares of ruins, tombs, gardens, forest. It's forever. And and it's right in South Delhi, 10 minutes from where I live. And I only discovered this last year. Last year I was driving by and I was like, I've been to the Qutub Minar many times, but let me come here. And I came and I'm happy because it has its character. It's different from the other places in Delhi that I have seen so far. So this place is from the Delhi Sultanate area. Sultanate. It is before the Mughals came in, of course, before the British came in. This was the early Muslim invaders that came to Delhi or India, I might say. That's where they came, and these are the places that they built earliest. So it's like really old and it's crumbling. You know, some places they have maintained, but the other places are kind of crumbling. But I like the crumbleness because there's something really honest about crumbling. You know, they've lived their life, they've done what they needed to do, and now they're going into the ground. And that's how life is, isn't it? And then I think about how I come into this picture. I have lived in Delhi, not all my life. I was in Kanpur, I was in Agra, and then I came to Delhi. But I was very young when I came to Delhi. And I had two children were born in Delhi. So Delhi has a special place and meaning for the whole family. And then I'm crossing airports. Sometimes, you know, the whole night I'm on flights, 15-hour flights. And then I look at these ruins and then I think they've been doing this for such a long time. It's okay, you know. What if I had a delayed flight, a misconnection, lost baggage? It's not a big deal. Now, Women's Day is here, and I have a message for the women who are looking at this, especially women my age. And I know it's very difficult. You must be looking at me and thinking, she can do it. Maybe nobody stops her. Maybe she's brave. Maybe she's got it all together. But let me tell you, I have been stopped by people who love me really a lot. And I have been scared too. It's not like I'm not scared. I'm scared. And I am thinking, am I making the right decisions? I also think, what will people think? I don't think it anymore, but I used to think, what are people going to think? How is that person going to take this? And then I just told myself, this is a beautiful world. It's beautiful and I deserve to see it. And I think that one moment when I decided that I was going to do it changed everything. Especially when I went to the Everest Base Camp trek. I mean, everybody, not some, everybody told me that I was crazy. People stopped me on the way, strangers stopped me and told me, don't do it, it's not okay, it's like very difficult, you won't be able to do it. They looked at my gray hair and they thought, oh my god, what is this old woman up to? But I told them and I told myself, I will, one more step. And it's like, you have to be determined, you have to just think, And it's just one step, only one step, and you're somewhere, if not there. And then slowly you get there. This wall and this place is nearly 800 years old, and it's standing, still standing on its own 2 feet. We are not that old, and we look for support. Somebody is going to support us, somebody is going to let us. Nobody is going to let you do anything. You have to do it yourself. So, if you are thinking about traveling alone and you are scared, and maybe your family thinks it's not okay, it's not safe, and maybe you also think that you are too old, or it's too complicated, or what will people say, I have something to tell you. Just do it, just start. I also, when I did the first time, I was scared. I had all the same questions, but then I started doing it, and then I have continued to do it, and I will continue to do it, because it's, if there's something wrong and then there's something right, there's something, things go wrong. It's not like, but things can go wrong even if you're at home. And on my travels, I have eaten food that I don't know what I'm eating, and I've loved it. It's like I have discovered that, oh my god, I love it. And that doesn't require anybody's permission. It's only deciding, it only needs one thing. It's like you deciding that you are going to go, that you are not too old, you're not alone, you're not anything except you're brave. And the world is so large and it's been waiting for you. Just go do it. Very soon the gulmohar will start blooming. I will just rest. I will eat all the nice things that Delhi offers. I will video call my grandchildren mostly every day, and then I will go again, because that's who I am and that's what I do. So, if you are new here, my name is Sadhna, and this channel is Smiles and Moments. And it's about an Indian grandmother who crosses war zones, time zones, and continents, and just goes and bees with the people she loves and who love her too. So, subscribe if that story sounds like yours, or like the story that you would want to own for yourself. Bye. So, I'll see you soon from wherever I am. It could be anywhere.